Hey everybody, Substatica here. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the Thumbstick Cap on one of my MetaQuest 2 controllers. Before we get to that, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 50,000 subscribers, I'd love to have you on the team. Also like, share, leave a comment, all that good stuff helps. And if you're interested in getting 10 to 20% off your MetaQuest games and apps, you can use the link in the description and you'll be supporting this channel at the same time. Now in this video, to be clear, we are replacing the Thumbstick Cap, not the entire thumbstick assembly. If you're experiencing something like stick drift, you're going to need to replace the entire assembly, and I have another video for that. I'll put a link up in the corner and in the description. Thankfully, replacing the thumbstick cap is quite a bit easier than replacing the entire thumbstick assembly. Let's start off by talking about the parts and tools. First, you're going to need a replacement thumbstick. I got these off of Amazon. They came in packs of 2, but be careful to check the measurements on the product listing. The first set that I bought did not fit. They were much too large for something else entirely. These ones need to be about 12 millimeters in diameter for the top of the thumbstick. So just be aware and double check the measurements on the product listing. Then you're going to need some tools. I've got this tool from replacing the entire thumbstick assembly, and it's just a really thin piece of metal. Anything thin enough and strong enough will work. Just be careful because you can cut yourself on these, and I have. I also have here what's called a spudger, which is basically just a pry tool. You get these with cell phone battery replacement kits and a lot of small electronic part replacement kits, but anything plastic that's relatively sharp you can use to pry off the faceplate. And that's it. Personally, when working with electronics, I like to wear gloves, and that just keeps any oils from my hands off of the electronics. Things like antennas can be affected by the oils from your hands. Let's get started here. You can see the old thumbstick is cracked in there in a couple pieces. Some of them may come out, but we'll take it out when we take the faceplate off. It just cracked under my thumb during a play session. First, we're going to take the battery cover off, and our main goal is to pry this black faceplate up. It's held on by adhesive and 3 friction tabs. So we're going to start with the thin metal sheet to try to pry it into the gap here. Now, this can take a long time. Remember, be careful not to cut yourself with whatever you're using to pry. Just put a steady pressure and try to feel for it pushing through the adhesive. This can take quite a while. But what you're looking for is to create a slight separation of the faceplate from the controller. Just enough so that you can take your pry tool or your spudger and wedge that in there as the second step. Once you've got your pry tool in, you want to work it around the faceplate. Don't put a lot of pressure. Just firm and steady, and try to feel for the adhesive giving way. If you put too much tension on it, you could crack the faceplate. So like I said, even tension, steady, and then pause and feel for the adhesive releasing. Well, there we go, it popped off, and we've got the pieces of the old thumbstick right there. Let me just go grab that faceplate. Okay, that went a bit further than I expected. This will have some adhesive left on the underside, so try not to get it dirty like I just did. So now all that's left to do is attach one of the replacement thumbstick caps. They do have an orientation, so turn it until it slides on. That feels pretty good. And we are just going to replace the faceplate. And firmly and evenly press it down all around. Try to get the adhesive to reattach. You can kind of gauge how well it's reattached by looking at that space that we pried apart earlier, as well as around the entire faceplate. You can buy replacement adhesive. You could scrape off all of the old adhesive and put new adhesive on, but in my experience, you can take these off 2 or 3 times and the adhesive should still be enough to keep it in place. Let's just put the battery cover back on, and we are done. Broken thumbstick cap replaced. If you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 50,000 subscribers, I'm almost there, and I'd love to have you on the team. Also like, share, leave a comment, all that good stuff helps. And if you're interested in getting 10 to 20% off your MetaQuest games and apps, you can use the link in the description, and you'll be supporting this channel at the same time. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.